The Boston Bruins win 4-1 over one of the best teams in the NHL right now, the Washington Capitals. I would say this was the first full 60-minute hockey game from the team from start to finish, and they never took their foot off the gas. They lose David Pastrnak to injury in the second and Oliver Wahlstrom to a major penalty in the third, but find a way to win the game with 3 goals in the third period. As always, I will cover the highs and the lows of the Boston Bruins 4-1 victory over the Washington Capitals. So get those sleigh bells ready, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. Given this is the Bruins game right before the Christmas break, it's tradition for the Bruins to dress festive, and this year they didn't disappoint, as the boys wore their Christmas best before the game, and we're hoping for some holiday magic. Going into this game, Joe Sacco talked about what this game means for this team as they're playing a good team.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday a little bit as far as just the feeling, trying to get on the right side of it, feeling good about your game individually and more importantly our team game going into the break when you get these 3 days off. So the importance doesn't change as far as the win, but there's a different feeling, right?
The way things have been trending just the last month, does it feel like more of a barometer whenever you're playing a team like this?
I think it puts you to see where you're at. I think I said this yesterday too. Whether you want to use it as a gauge or not. I mean, these games are obviously, when you're playing top teams in the league, you find out a little bit more about your own team, and this is one of them, right? They're right up there offensively. Their numbers are really high across the board as far as generating offense. They just seem to be connected all over the ice. So it's going to be a good test for us tonight, I think. For us, it's, we got back from that road trip. Hopefully we feel a little bit more energized here tonight than we did last game.
We saw such a terrible effort against the Sabres, but the Bruins came to play against the Caps in the first period. Both teams extremely tight on the forecheck, and neither team allowed a shot until almost the 6-minute mark. We saw some big hits from Charlie McAvoy and from Tom Wilson as the two of them traded hits on each other. Neither team wanted to give up any space at the neutral zone and made it difficult for either team to enter the zone. Washington gets a penalty and the Bruins are on the power play. The first unit for the Bruins once again couldn't generate any chances, and more or less continued to give the puck back to the Caps. And they would just clear it. Geekie puts a shot on net with Brazeau at net front, and he gets the rebound and puts it past Lindgren, and it's 1-0 Boston. The period was almost over, so it was nice to see the Bruins scoring with less than 2 minutes left in a period instead of being scored on. It was a very tight period of hockey, with both teams trading hits and not giving up any space. Neither team was allowing the other to generate any possession time and attacking, forcing the other to cough up the puck. The second period was no difference as the hitting and the tight forechecking continues. These types of games I enjoy watching as you know it's going to be close. The second period was just this series of unfortunate events. The refs make a very weak interference call on Carlo and the Caps to the power play. The Bruins almost kill the whole penalty, but the Caps are able to move the puck to Verona wide open, who rips a bullet past Swayman. Swayman gets a little piece of it, but man, it was a great shot. The only reason I would love for him to have it was because how well the team was playing in front of him. The Boston Bruins were really playing some great hockey up until this point. It was a rocket of a shot, though. I honestly can't blame Swayman on this one, but again, this is just my opinion. Later is when David Pastrnak takes what looks to be a very meaningless bump and heads to the bench in some pain. He tries to go out for his next shift, but it's only out there for 10 seconds and then comes off and heads down the tunnel. Later on, the Bruins announce he would not return and has an upper body injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious and the 3-day break is all he needs, but we won't most likely know anything until after the break. He is one guy we don't want to miss any time. With Pastrnak out, it gives Wahlstrom an opportunity to go up on his line and on his spot on the power play. The third period starts and Wahlstrom's opportunity is over as he gets called for a major seconds into the period from a hit from behind. They review the hit and it stands, but I think the Caps player wasn't bleeding. It wouldn't have been called, and it would have only been a 2-minute penalty. The Bruins not only kill the whole 5 minutes, but the Capitals don't register a shot on goal. It's a huge morale boost for the Bruins, killing a 5-minute major and holding the Caps scoreless. The Capitals are one of the best teams in the league, and the Bruins holding them to outside and preventing them from getting any space. The shame is Wahlstrom gets a huge opportunity which doesn't last long at all, and the Bruins are down 2 forwards now. After that huge kill, the Bruins get a power play, and you feel like they're going to score on this one. Right at the end of it, Elias Lindholm and Marchand have a 2-on-1. Marchand gets the pass over to Lindholm, who makes a nice move and scores and gets his 3rd goal in 4 games and has started to build some real chemistry with Brad Marchand, who, by the way, has 10 points in 10 straight games. Minutes later, the new second line now has a 3-on-1. Marchand hits the post, but Charlie Coyle follows it up and taps it in to put up the Bruins 3-1. and 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. I personally never would have thought of putting Coyle up on that second line to be the right winger, but he's played very well up there, and that new second line looks dangerous. Pastrnak out, though, I guess they're no longer the second line, but the first line. The Caps pull their goalie, and the second line does it again, as now Marchand gets himself a goal, so now all three of them have gotten a goal in this game. The Bruins win in dominating fashion over one of the best teams in the NHL, and they're only 2 points now behind the second place Toronto Maple Leafs in the Atlantic. The Bruins put on a defensive clinic tonight, and a large part to Charlie McAvoy and Nikita Zadorov, who both played fantastic all game. The Bruins held the Capitals to 11 shots on goal, and that crazy 5-minute kill was the momentum swing they needed to win this game. The Bruins had 17 block shots and won 66% of their faceoffs to have an amazing team win heading into the 3-day Christmas break. It was truly great to see, and I hope it's a sign of things to come, and I truly hope Pastrnak is okay. I want to hear from you, though. What was your favorite part of this game? That's a wrap on today's video. I wanted to keep it really short today. We're heading into the Christmas break. So to stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you. And I'll see you next time. And Merry Christmas.